Hey, what is up guys, this is Cob and welcome to a little bit of PTR action where the Dragonflight Dragonflight pre-patch rather, has gone live on the PTR. So as you can see here, we have the new and updated talent trees, which we're going to give a quick run through, give some opinions and some thoughts, and yeah, just shoot the shit, because it's been a little while since I touched on the developments to Destruction Warlocks, specifically in Dragonflight so far. So yeah, I want to share my thoughts. First of all, very recently, Demonic Circle was moved from like somewhere around the middle of the talent tree towards the top. I think that this is fine. I think that this is grand. I think that this is actually, it's just something that's gained for free, I think, by all Warlocks, no matter what your spec is. Like, if I just reset the full tree, pretty much, like, everybody just gets Demonic Circle for free. So it's fine, I guess. I don't really have much more thoughts on that. What I do have some thoughts about is, you might have spotted or heard about this already, but the ability to spec into spell lock in the main Warlock talent tree has been removed. And before I actually get to rebuilding my talent build as it was and just talking through the choices that I would be going right now, at least as far as the pre-patch is concerned, in its current state, I want to talk about the spell lock change a little bit, because I've seen a lot of people arguing and debating on Twitter and Wowhead and blah 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 blah, talking about, oh man, this is a huge L for Warlocks, you know, the fact that we can't spec into the spell lock anymore really sucks. Then you got the other side of the coin where people are like, oh dude, this having a spell lock on your pet is so much better because you can, you know, you can kick a healer while they're out of line of sight. You can use your interrupt while you're in a stun, right? Or while you're otherwise CC'd, and that's grand as well. And there's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of opinions that people have. Is it better to have a spell lock in the talent tree that you can spec into and go for a different pet that is not the Fell Hunter? Or is it better to just have a more powerful spell lock, but you're kind of forced to use the Fell Hunter, right? Particularly, obviously, in PvP. You know, we're talking PvP here, right? Honestly, for me, I don't really understand why Blizzard didn't just put spell lock in the main Warlock talent tree and make it an option between either having spell lock on your pet, right, and on your demon, or you can gain spell lock for yourself, you know, so you don't have to have the Fell Hunter active, and that way you just get the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? You get the option then to continue using the Fell Hunter and kick people while they're line of sight, and use the Fell Hunter as it exists today in Arena, and that's grand if you want to do that. Otherwise, you can spec into the spell lock so that you can use it yourself as the Warlock himself, and then you can actually use a pet like an imp. I don't know, dude. Imps, people really fucking underestimate, by the way, man, just how good the imp pet is. Well, not everybody, but I think a lot of people kind of forget that you can, bam, totally self-dispel yourself on a 15-second cooldown with Singe Magic. It's like not a small thing. You can instantly dispel your healer out of fucking polymorphs and fears and freezing traps and hammer of justices and repentances and all of those nasty ass magic CCs, you know, that really fuck up your healer. Save your healer a trinket, you know? So I don't really know where I fall in on the debate, but I think that an easy way to settle it would have been if Blizzard just made a fucking choice between giving your Fell Hunter the spell lock or giving you the spell lock and make that a talent. Seems pretty obvious, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Tell me all about it in the comments below, man. Where do you weigh in? You know what I'm saying? Fell Hunter spell lock or Warlock spell lock, man? Okay, anyways, talent trees are as follows for me as far as I'm concerned right now. Demonic Circle, get that for free now. Grand. Fell Domination, kind of a requirement for PvP in particular. Unless I guess you're speccing into Grimoire Sacrifice, but most people will probably be picking up the Fell Dom. So yeah, there it is. Cool. Demon Skin, your soul leech absorption now passively recharges at a rate of 0.2% of your max health every 1 second, and may now absorb up to 200% of maximum health. 2 points in that. It can absorb a shit ton more, man. This is crazy good, just for like passive tankiness. Fell Armor, this is really particularly good for the reduces damage taken by 3% part. Do not underestimate that. It's kind of the equivalent of having 3% more stamina, just flat out, except it's kind of better than that because reducing damage taken is just fucking good, okay? You just want to get that shit. Mortal Coil you're going to want to pick up, obviously, because, you know, as Destruction Warlock, you're going to be having Havoc. So, yeah, that's really good. Moving along a little. Actually, we're going to want to go down into Wrathful Minion, just because it's required to pick up the Demonic Gateway, which is a requirement unless you want to get fucking trained and get your goddamn healers killed in arena. So, yeah, Wrathful Minion, that's going to unlock Demonic Gateway a little bit further on down. Okay, so skipping Abyss Walker, because reducing all damage taken by 4% for 10 seconds is fucking garbage. We're going to go along to Curses of Enfeeblement to get Tongues and Exhaustion. Very, very lovely. Slap a point into Amplify Curse because it's just fucking powerful shit. Slap a point into 10% Stamina because that's just powerful. And Demonic Inspiration. Also, do we want to pick that up? Yes, we actually do, because it leads on to Sweet Souls. Okay, so Demonic Inspiration, we just need a point in there. There's no big choice about this because Sweet Souls is so powerful. Your Hellstone heals you for an additional 10% of your max health. Any party or raid members using Hellstone also heals you for that flipping amount, dude. That's crazy good. 10% of your max health. I think it's like a Hellstone, instead of it healing 25%, it will heal 35% of your max health. So don't underestimate how powerful that is alone. Honestly, that alone would make this talent worth it. But yeah, any party or raid member also using a Hellstone heals you for that amount. So it's like an extra oh shit button, really. It's like an extra kind of like mini NS heal from your healer if you're fucking dying in a smoke bomb or something, right? I don't actually know if this requires line of sight, man. That'd be interesting. Like if you're in a smoke bomb getting dunked on by a rogue or whatever. Obviously a rogue, but like a rogue hunter or something's jumping the fuck out of you in a smoke bomb. And like your healer's behind a pillar and he just like pops his Hellstone. Would that actually heal you in the bomb? I don't know, man. Interesting to see. But yeah, click on that shit. Dark Pack, extremely powerful. Still want to pick that shit up. You also want to go back actually and put one extra point into Foul Mouth, because you're going to need that later on. Or at least I'm going to go back and do this a bit later on, just to sort of fill out the specs. So I'm just going to get that done now. Very, very lovely. There's the point in Gateway. There's the point in Shadow Fury, because fuck, I mean, you might as well pick it up, I guess. I still hate the fact that it's a 1.2 second cast and whatever, but it is what it is, I suppose. A little bit further on down, to be honest, I don't know if Shadow Flame is even that good. Now that we have Amplify Curse on a reduced cooldown. And we can Amplify Curse of Exhaustion. I guess it is, because that means that between Amplify Curse and Shadow Flame, we can basically keep a melee that's trucking us slowed by like 70%. Almost forever, as long as we have the globals to spare, you know? So, pretty sweet. I mean, they're going to get things like freedoms and dispels and stuff like that, but still, these are fucking powerful ass snares that we got going on here, so you got to pick that shit up. Over here, we have the choice between Strength of Will and Demonic Durability. Strength of Will increases the effectiveness of Unending Resolve, increasing the shield wall by an additional 15%, so I believe that's instead of 40%. Yeah, instead of 40% shield wall, it becomes a 55% shield wall. And then we have Demonic Durability, which reduces the cooldown of Unending Resolve. I actually think that, to be honest, you probably want to go for the reducing the damage taken by an additional 15. I just think that that's extremely fucking valuable, and you're going to probably struggle. Depending on how bursty PvP is, you're probably going to struggle to get value out of Demonic Durability. Alright, a little bit further on down. I can't actually remember what the hell we went here, so I'm just going to beeline towards the bottom talents and we work our way from there. So, Hellstone right here. When you use a Hellstone, gain 7% leech. You just have to choose a talent here. It's either this Lifeblood crappy Hellstone talent, or, well, which actually isn't that bad, by the way, for Affliction. Just to point that out. Because you've got that spread damage in everybody and whatever, but... or Drain Life heals 15% of the amount drained over 8.2 seconds. So, as Destro, I guess you just want to spec into Lifeblood just to kind of unlock the Soul Link a little bit further on down, because this is obviously a mandatory talent. 10% of all damage you take is taken by your pet instead. All while Grimoire Sacrifice is active, your stamina is increased by 10%, which is interesting as well, for sure. But yeah, this is just mandatory for everybody, no matter what fucking spec you're going, pretty much, in PvP. Anyways, over here we have the Dark Pact Improver. So Dark Pact either sacrifices only 5% of your current health for the same shield value, or the cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds. And for me, having a 45-second cooldown Dark Pact just feels fucking massive. It feels massive. Like, the amount of times you play threes, dude, and, you know, a DK warrior just pop fucking everything on you. You're kiting your ass off. There's abomination limbs slapping all over the place, right? Your dark pack goes down, you pop your shield wall, you're kiting, you're trying to live, and then you die like 8 seconds before your dark pack becomes available again. It would be nice if that just didn't happen. So, yeah, let's go for the reduced cooldown, dude. Okay, that's Soul Link. Grimmav Synergy, I think, is really, really cool. Damage done by you or your demon has a chance to grant the other one. This can actually go up to 10% damage, 15 seconds. I think that this is honestly just a 10% damage buff. Like, I think I read somewhere that this procs, like, what, 2 to 3 times per minute? So it's roughly just a flat 10% damage buff most of the time, you know? Or maybe, like, if you're going, okay, like, if you were tunneling DPS for, like, 10 minutes straight, maybe, like, 6 or 7 minutes out of 10, you've got this fucking buff ticking. It just seems fine. It seems really fucking, it just seems really decent, man. And next up, Inquisitor's Gaze. This is one that I gave a try, and I wasn't that impressed by as it is right now. It, like, pokes people for, like, 250 damage. And it's just, like, a little eye that follows you around, you know? Soulkeeper, I don't really understand what the hell that does either at this point. But I want to say that I think Inquisitor's Gaze is probably going to be the go-to just because it's so easy to use. Don't get me wrong, Soulburn is going to be very, very, very important in Dragonflight as well, and this is going to be something that you always want to pick up. To be honest, you could even tweak the end of this build here and just go for the Soulburn instead, because right now, the Inquisitor's Gaze kind of sucks dick. It's like, it's kind of awful. But I just can't see it being left out weak. So, again, by the time this patch goes live on the retail servers, this is probably the build I want to go. Otherwise, if it continues to suck dick, Inquisitor's Gaze, then we go for the Soulburn path instead. And it's really that easy. Because Claw of Endereth is, yeah, just a snaffy thing. Okay, every soul shard you spend has a 5% chance to be refunded. I think that Soul Conduit is just fine, I guess. I haven't really thought through the end of this fucking tree, so I'm just going to slap them in here and just call it done, man. I'm really not sure about these last 2 tiers over here, but whatever, man. Those are so subject to change at this point with how they are on the PTR that sort of whatever, man. Okay, the fun part, man. The Destro part. Case Bolt, obviously. Conflagrate, obviously. Reverse Entropy over Internal Combustion, absolutely. Extra haste action. I want to spec into the Havoc because Mayhem being a passive is just not good at all for PvP. Backdraft is great. And this is where it gets kind of funny, man. We can spec into Improve Conflagrate here to give Conflagrate an additional charge, which I think is fucking hilarious right now because the legendaries are still active in the pre-patch. So as you can see, I actually have 4 charges of Conflagrate, dude. And I combine that with Cremation, by the way, with Conflagrate dealing the PvP talent. Dealing up to additional 3% of the target's max health as fire damage. Like, man, let's go, you know? That seems pretty decent to me, you know? Especially when you're cleaving all of that damage with a Havoc. Let's go, dude. Okay, reduce the cooldown of Conflagrate by 2 seconds. Fine. A little further on down here, we do have to get into Backlash. So we either have to go for Improved Immolate, which is garbage, or we can go for Pandemonium, which makes Havoc last 3 seconds longer, which I personally really, really like. So boom, Backlash for the instant incinerate procs and more crit chance. Very, very lovely. There's the Shadowburn. I completely recommend just skipping Channel Demon Fire, by the way, in PvP builds. I don't think it's that worth. We'll see how the damage scaling pans out by the time that this pre-patch actually hits the live servers. Maybe it'll be worth it if you get like 2 seconds free to yourself in PvP, but I kind of doubt it. Historically, it's not been that good. Conflagration of Chaos is what this spec is all about, really, man. Conflagrate and Shadowburn have a 50% chance to guarantee your next cast of the ability to critically strike and increases damage by your critical strike chance. Very, very nice shit, man. So right now, just from like hitting mobs and stuff, we're critting like 8 or 9k Conflagrates and Shadowburns with this effect active, you know? Which is just really, really cool when you have like 4 charges of Conflagrate, so you're just kind of spamming fucking really high crit percentage Conflags with bonus damage. It just seems great to me. Over here we have Ruin, increases the damage of Conflag and Shadowburn, most importantly, by 10%, but also Soulfire, if you want to give that build a try, which is definitely an option. Flashpoint, when your Immolate deals periodic damage to a target above 80% health, gain how much haste? 4% haste for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. This is just grand. This is just fine. This is good for every kind of build, by the way. Don't be fooled into thinking that this is only good if you're going to go like a Case Bolt spam spec. Not really. Haste also, you know, reducing things like GCD is just really nice as well. And even if you're going to go like a Shadowburn and Conflag spam heavy Destro build, which I think that most people will, because it's just fucking instant casts, right? You're still going to be casting a decent amount of Case Bolts as well, man. So, there you go. Case Bolt increases the damage you deal to the target by 10% for 7 seconds. Very nice. Over here we have Ashen Remains, making Case Bolt deal increased damage against targets afflicted by Immolate. By the way, I'd still really appreciate if Immolate was like a 0.5 second cast, or they just made it instant. Can I just say? It feels like almost every other Warlock spec, in fact almost every other fucking class in the game, has instant cast dots. From Balanced Druids to Affys to Demos, like even Fire Mages like Living Bomb in the past, you know. And Nether Tempest and shit like that. Like, all of these things have been instant. Why the fuck is Destro the only one still casting Immolate, man? What's all that about, dude? That's crazy to me. Anyway, this lets us pick up Summon Infernal. We're going to dump 1 point in there, and then it is time to beeline for the goddamn Dimensional Rifts, because they're just so fucking powerful, dude. Well, they've been nerfed recently, but they just feel so good to use. Anyway, Ritual of Ruin. Every 15 shards you spend grants you instant cast Chaos Bolt. Very lovely. And because we don't really have the points to spare, we do just have to kind of beeline for Dimensional Rift now, instead of speccing into Master Ritualist, which, I don't know, maybe you'll disagree with my build on this one, but I think that Dimensional Rifts are just really that good over Avatar of Destruction. So we're going to skip out on those. We're going to go for Madness of Azrizgrir, which is, yeah, Chaos Bolt increases the damage of the next Chaos Bolt for 4 seconds. Shadowban increases the damage of the next Shadowban by 25% for 4 seconds. This is great. We're going to pick that shit up. And bam, Dimensional Rift. And that would roughly be my build. And these PvP talents as well are also part of this too. Bane of Fragility, I really rate this when you have Dimensional Rifts. I feel like because of the way that Dimensional Rifts deal damage, you kind of pop all of the rifts, right? And then they take a few seconds before they start like spamming damage. So you can cast like 2 Dimensional Rifts really quickly, and then toss out the Bane of Fragility, just as the damage is about to start landing from the rifts. And it's just really cool. It can catch people really off guard in arenas. It was a big part of why, when I was playing Windwalker Destro very actively in arenas in Legion, and we were absolutely tearing shit up at like 2400. It was a big source of, you know, quote unquote free wins, you know, just fucking popping people, man, who just not used to seeing Bane of Frag, man. So yeah, that's that. The Netherworld Spell Reflect is grand. This is obviously interchangeable with either Casting Circle or maybe even Shadow Rift, depending on what you need in your current arena. But Netherworld I like the most, and yeah, I'm just gonna believe that melee is gonna get fucked up the ass in in Dragonflight, because God knows they're having a good old time in Shadowlands. And Cremation is just fantastic when you have a billion charges of Conflag. So that is how the build is gonna look. So yeah, shortish video today, boys. I don't think I'm able to even queue things like arena skirmishes. I'm not, man. Like, what? Can't join a fucking solo shuffle either, so I don't know, man. Maybe I'll try to get some PvP done on the PTR and share some further thoughts and actually show Destro in action. I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, for now, thanks for stopping by. Keep your eyes peeled for a community post coming up, probably a little bit later on tonight, if not tomorrow, asking for some of your thoughts and feelings on some pretty important shit, and a chance to be featured in a future video. That's going to be grand, but for now, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you also enjoyed this happy little peek into the PTR and the current state of the Destro talent trees. Share your thoughts down below. Have a fantastic day, and I shall catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.